watching Left, Right and Centre this Thursday night. I'm Nidhi Razdan. On the show this evening, police drag and manhandle those who had gathered to protest the church attacks in Delhi. The AAP also joins in, leading to a scathing attack from the BJP. Have the church attacks been politicised ahead of the elections? Does the centre need to do more to address the fears of the Christian community? Also tonight, as the government sacks the Home Secretary for trying to stop the arrest of an accused in the Sarda scam, is Prime Minister Modi's tough message to the bureaucracy the right way to shake up the system? That debate coming up in about 30 minutes from now. But first, a protest organised by Christian groups against a series of church attacks in Delhi turned ugly today, with the police literally dragging them away. The Home Minister later stepped in and assured a delegation of community leaders that security at religious places will be stepped up. But the protest also turned political when a spokesperson from the Aam Aadmi Party turned up, which the BJP has strongly attacked.
A peaceful protest turning into a massive showdown with the police. Priests and nuns dragged into buses and packed away to police stations.
चर्चों पे आक्रमण हो रहा है और उसके बाद इस तरह से व्यवहार किया जा रहा है। शर्म आनी चाहिए पुलिस पर।
Women too were not spared. According to the police, this peaceful protest by the demonstrators this morning at the Sacred Heart Church was unlawful, as they did not have a permission to congregate here. Therefore, they were taken into buses and taken to the Parliament Street police station, where they were detained. But many question the manner in which these protesters were taken.
We are seeing what action has been taken, but they are being detained.
Christian groups were protesting against the recent attacks on churches. They alleged that the police was downplaying the incidents.
When it comes to ground realities, you are not able to protect a small, minuscule minority. How are you going to protect the whole India?
Hours after the protests and the crackdown, the Home Minister met Christian leaders, promising a committee on security of churches and an assurance that the Vasant Kunj church attack would be investigated not as a robbery but under sections relating to inciting communal violence. And a judicial inquiry into the attack and other incidents would be considered after receiving a report from the police.
I told him ever since the BJP has come into power, this is happening, and I said I am not afraid to tell you.
But it wasn't before politics played up as well.
विषय के ऊपर बार बार बीजेपी के ऊपर टूट पड़ रहे थे। कम्युनल पोलराइजेशन, उसमें जोड़ने वाले कौन है? आम आदमी पार्टी के समर्थक।
I am here in my personal capacity to express solidarity. It is in national interest, not in political interest.
With Sudhir Ranjan Sen and camera person Vijay Patwal, Bhairavi Singh, NDTV.
Well, have the attacks on the churches in Delhi now become a political issue as well, with the AAP jumping into it and the BJP then issuing a counter-attack? Joining us tonight, Father Anil Kuto, the Archbishop of Delhi, is in Bangalore. He joins us via OB from there. Also with us, Sambit Patra, spokesperson of the BJP, Atishi Marlena of the Aam Aadmi Party. We also have Professor Rakesh Sinha of the RSS here in the studio with us. Father Kuto, let me ask you first. There were a lot of assurances given by Home Minister Rajnath Singh today to a delegation of community leaders. He has promised to look at very seriously the issue of security to churches in Delhi and also perhaps look at a judicial probe once the police comes back with its report. Is the community today assuaged by those assurances, or do you believe that you need to wait to see what happens on the ground?
Well, I'm happy and thankful to the Home Minister that he has given us this assurance, and up to that point, I'm sure the Christian community is assured and feeling secure that the Home Minister has spoken finally, and that he gave them an appointment and they met him. I was not there because I'm here in Bangalore. So I do feel that at least for the time being, there is a sense of security, but still we have to wait and see what happens at the ground level.
Okay, good that you welcome the Home Minister's intervention. Atishi Marlena, then let's get to the politics of it straight away. One of your spokespersons was part of the protest, and he said he was there in his personal capacity. But he is the spokesperson and a very prominent one of your party, and you have elections just a couple of days away. Can it just be called, a personal action by Raghav Chadha?
See, Nidhi, what has been happening in Delhi over the past few months is definitely a matter of concern. And I think it's a matter of concern for all citizens of Delhi. The fact of the matter is that 5 churches have been vandalized. Instance after instance is repeated. In one instance, it's said that there's been vandalism, so it's a case of theft. In another case where there's a fire, it's said that, oh, it's been short-circuited. Now, this is a matter of concern that in India, where minorities are protected by our constitution, and that is one of the things Indian democracy is most proud of. In our country, if minorities don't feel safe, then it's definitely a serious matter of concern. And this is in the country's capital. Now, effectively, the Home Minister does have questions to answer to. After all, the central government does control law and order in Delhi. And in this matter as well, the Aam Aadmi Party has repeatedly said that we would want investigation into the matter, and the Home Ministry does have to answer this question. As far as today's protests go, they were organized entirely by the Christian community, and one member of our party went in solidarity. But as he said, it was definitely in his personal capacity. If the Aam Aadmi Party had wanted to participate in that protest, it would have been on a much larger scale. Our volunteers with their caps would definitely have been present.
And so, Atishi, what you're saying is that the issue of safety of minorities then is very much an issue, even for the AAP, and very much a political issue as well.
Absolutely, the issue of minorities is a significant issue. Absolutely, it's a question as to why investigation hasn't happened, why there is such a serious shortcoming in the law and order situation in the capital city of the country.
Okay, Sambit Patra, I take that to you and also to the criticism that the police is facing, Sambit, today for the high-handedness which was very evident in front of the TV cameras today, the way that you saw people being dragged, even the elderly, nuns, priests, literally being shoved into those buses and being taken away from there. Could this have been handled differently to begin with? Why not allow a peaceful protest?
I share the concerns of the Christian community, and I stand with them with utmost solidarity at this hour. And we denounce, from Bharatiya Janata Party, we denounce any act of vandalism that has taken place in this last few months on the churches. We've also seen the police report also. Only yesterday, probably the police report on one of the vandalism cases was submitted. And the police has said that it was a stray incident. I mean, there was no communal angle and there was no party which was responsible for this stray incident. And the police has also said that not only churches, approximately 265 temples in the city also have faced similar kind of thefts in the last 1 year. So I believe seeing things in isolation does not help in communal harmony. I firmly believe that India's secularism is something which is ingrained in the DNA of the country. Our secularism is not so fragile that a few theft cases, a few loan cases can in fact endanger the secularism of this country. I stand by the Father, I stand by the Christian community, and to say that such incidences can in fact capture secularism of the country would be wrong.
No, but then, if they were just stray incidents and they were just lone incidents, and you're quoting from a newspaper report today, then Father Kuto, why would you be worried? Why do you, your community today says that it feels insecure in Delhi. I'm sure you've seen this report that appeared in a newspaper today that the Delhi police doesn't believe there's a pattern. They think that these are stray incidents, that these are lone incidents. So how do you look at that, Father Kuto?
I do have this little tinge of doubt in that, because elsewhere, earlier also when there was some stone throwing incident at our churches, which was so deliberate, they kind of played it down and they poo-pooed it, and the report was that some children were playing and a stone must have gone up and hit that window and broken the glass, something like that. So I therefore sometimes feel that instead of getting into the truth of the matter, sometimes the police simply want to camouflage it with this kind of explanations which sometimes don't satisfy the community. That's what I feel. Maybe true, maybe
Professor Rakesh, we had this debate in the past as well.
Feel that this is it.
Yeah. How do you then address the insecurities?
Right.
If a community feels insecure, how, for whatever reason, it needs to be addressed. And at least Rajnath Singh today has taken an important step forward in that.
No, Home Minister has taken a very important step and very strong step. I think Christian communities should not feel unsafe in the country. we have a long history of communal harmony, and the secularism has a long tradition in India. Just I'm putting you that why these incidents are taking place before the elections. I just see some kind of pattern. In Bangalore, on 16th March 2009, church property was damaged. Those 7 people were arrested after 3 and 4 months. 7 people were arrested, and those arrested, their name are Joy D'Souza, Calvin D'Souza. These people were arrested. They told the police that they wanted to create a communal disharmony in the city and the blame of particular community. I believe that at the juncture of the election, so this kind of symbolic attack, it is not a communal attack. I find that church properties are being damaged. It is not motivated to damage the individuals in the church. This is not communally conspired attack. So I believe that certain elements are doing just to create a situation and blame the Bharatiya Janata Party directly, as Aam Aadmi Party is doing. And Congress is expert in doing all these things.
So you're blaming the Congress?
No, Congress is expert in blaming the BJP for everything, every law and order question. They blamed the BJP. In 260, as the BJP spokesperson rightly pointed out, 265 temples were vandalized last year, and Jammu and Kashmir, thousands of temples were vandalized. No Hindu said that Hindu community is in danger in the country, because we have a long history of tradition of secularism. These kind of exaggerated fear and anger and the propaganda led the Obama to remind the country there is Article 25. So we should believe that, we should believe in our constitution, our government, we should have faith in our society and long tradition, rather than going for international propaganda and the national propaganda.
But a theft in a temple is different from a sacred place being vandalized. I'm sure you would agree.
Yeah, we condemn, everybody will condemn, nobody will support such kind of thing in civil society, whether it's a temple, a mosque or a church. It is the question of that in a civil society, such events should not have been taken place.
I saw Randeep Surjewala raise his hand to I think answer the point that you were making. Yes, Randeep Surjewala, go ahead.
Nidhi, you have 2 deft spokespersons of BJP, but that's not the point on this panel. But that's not the issue. The issue is almost everybody who is supporting the government's argument is trying to say these are isolated incidents. They are incidents which are really law and order issues, and they are not orchestrated. While the truth of the matter is the manner and the fashion, the modality and the mechanism, and the concerted manner in which these attacks are being done across Delhi in different parts reflect that there is a thread that binds all these incidents together. And why attack on churches alone? The manner in which riots have suddenly taken place before the elections in Delhi, as also in the periphery of Delhi. The manner in which we saw, and you debated, I think Father Koto was there on that debate, 25th December, that is the Christmas, was being celebrated as Swachh Bharat Divas on a repeat, merely to give a message to some people that they are not first-class citizens of this country. The Good Governance Day, that you are not a first-class citizen of this country. Now, this is what the problem is.
Correct.
When government in a sustained fashion gives a message that we will judge you by the color of your skin, by the faith that you profess, and that people or belonging to a particular religious denomination would be viewed differently, contrary to the constitutional ethos, by the government of the day. It is an extremely serious comment upon the state of things that exist. And is it being done by Bharatiya Janata Party for electoral gain? Is it a fierce psychosis that is being built up? These are relevant questions.
I'll take this. Atishi, I'll just come to you in a second, because Sambit, the other question also is that there have been 5 serious attacks of vandalism against churches in the last couple of months. Only 1 case has got solved. Surely the police should have been able to crack these cases by now. Why only 1 out of 5?
And in fact, the Home Minister, as the father has pointed out, in fact, the Home Minister took a grave concern about this, that, well, yes, all the cases should be solved, a committee would be formed, and if the committee even recommends a judicial commission, even a judicial commission would be formed. That shows the commitment that this government and its ministers have towards protection of minority. But my question, after listening to my able friend from Congress, Mr. Surjewala, is, look, I mean, I told a sentence in the very beginning that the secular vernacular fabric of this country is not so fragile. It's a very strong one. But the irony is that political parties of the country, to suit their own needs, try to play to the tunes in such a way that they get electoral benefits out of it. And I believe out of this thing has propped up the document called as Antony report in the Congress, which I believe till now probably the Congress has not gone through. In a bid to appease, they try to make cases appear as if they are communal cases. They are cases of communal disharmony.
But here the Congress is not saying that, Sambit. Here it is Father Kuto, who is the Delhi Archbishop, who is saying that they feel that they're being hounded. I forget the other political parties. Sambit, my point is it's the community itself that's come forward and said that they feel insecure. Then, you know, how does the government then address those concerns? It's not about politics, just for a moment.
No, I told you, we stand by the father and the concerns of the Christian community, and that's the gesture that Mr. Rajnath Singh, the Home Minister of the country, delivered to the community's leaders who went to meet him. And in fact, the father himself said that he is quite comfortable after this meeting. And in fact, if you remember, the father also said that there is a tinge of doubt that might be there were some erroneous elements who are trying to do this. So the tinge of doubt, I believe, Father, we should keep aside and we should see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is no one is trying to tarnish the image of Christianity. No one is trying to probably hurt Christianity. Definitely not the political parties. There are lone wolves everywhere. And a lone wolf should not be allowed to do what he is trying his best probably to do. The lone wolf may be trying to, sully the communal harmony in this country.
Okay,
why
Atishi,
should we be fighting with each other rather than catching hold of the lone wolf?
Atishi,
do that.